Hello, greetings and salutations. It's me, DC, and today we're going there. I sat through an entire Scentsy training webinar something, and it's the wax melt MLM. You know it, I know it. Scentsy, the one where Heidi cries a lot. And that's okay, I cry a lot too, but I don't think I've ever cried over wax melts, but there's a first time for everything. And this thing that's gonna be over here, it's less about selling and more about indoctrinating consultants into nonstop recruitment. Buckle up, grab a drink, grab a snack, because what you're about to hear sounds a lot like corporate pep rally from the front seat of a car, because that's where they all apparently happen. If you know, you know. And it's maybe just like a triangular prism scheme with a little bit of lavender. Who did this template? Why is the welcome not centered? Dear God.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching. Whenever you're watching, thanks for tuning in to your Tuesday webinar. My name is Sarah Walker from the Consultant Development and Training Team. You'll have to excuse me, we're not in our normal studio area today. I don't know why I'm saying we, me, myself, and I, all of us, and a little mouse in my pocket, apparently. But we are right in the thick of boot camp, and I have another class coming in shortly after. So I'm just in the room where we're going to do the class today instead of in the studio. So if you are a former boot camper, once a boot camper, always a boot camper, a special shout out to all y'all out there. But thank you for being here today. You guys are in for a special treat. I mean, you're always in for a treat on Tuesday. Don't get me wrong. It's the best day of the week. You're going to learn something new every Tuesday. But we are joined by the absolutely wonderful Josh Webster. He is a director. He's going to talk to us today about growing your team. I've had a really great opportunity to get to know him a little bit better, especially over World Tour this year. We were in Nashville at the Gaylord for World Tour and just had a really awesome chat after the event. And then he helped me out when we needed to do a Facebook Live for our sales plan. So you're just going to love him. He's just so incredible and is doing wonderful, amazing team or things growing his team. Annual mentor. I don't want to, steal any of his thunder. He can share all of his accolades there. But if you're looking for a subject matter expert on growing your team, he's a great resource for you. So we're so excited to have him on today. Before I turn the time over to Josh, I do have a few things to cover. So as a reminder, oh gosh, am I? Yes, recording. Okay, good. Had a little panic moment there. The replay will be available by Thursday. We will put that in the workstation, but I will also post the replay link in the Scentsy Family Consultant page with the image for today's webinar. So if you have team members who couldn't make it, or if by some chance you want to watch again, I will put the replay in there. And then again, if you want that.
We're recording this behind the scenes, and one of the channel members, Wendy, said, "You have ruined PowerPoints for me forever." Not that I was fond of them before. I mean, honestly, like, PowerPoints were ruined for me in school, and I'm happy to ruin them for everyone else. Sarah, the lady who's talking, the video, she's in the corner if you can't see her. I just figured since the video's so pretty much low quality, but the video opens up with Sarah from Scentsy Consultant Development Team, and she welcomes us to boot camp. I don't know. I don't know any business who opens that up, but who opens up like that except multi-level marketing. But first of all, when did we start calling unpaid sales gigs boot camp? That's not really a red flag. That's a whole parade. Ugh, she's chirpy, she's perky, she jokes about being in a room with me, myself, and I, but don't let the cute delivery fool you. This entire segment is just setting the stage for what's really going on. A system designed to keep consultants busy, broke, and buying more wax. So, you love it. We don't. Can somebody just make them a new PowerPoint template? Can they also figure out how to, do something where they don't cover up the text with their freaking, square? Somebody figure it out. Bootcamp is a workout thing. I thought she meant that. I mean, at least the workout room probably smells good because, those wax warmers melter thingamabobbers.
As soon as I get it from Zoom, I will do my absolute best today to get it to you. Might be tomorrow, just depending on how boot camp goes. We're going to be doing tours later on today. But anyway, lots of ways to get you that replay if you or your team need to watch it. And then remember, while you're on the workstation checking out that replay, you can register for next week's topic. We will also have that reminder in the Scentsy Family Consultant page, Facebook page, next Monday for Tuesday's webinar. So it is on the 15th, tax day. Time's running out, TikTok. And then engage with new recruits. So while we're talking today about growing your team and getting all of these amazing nuggets of wisdom from Josh on how to grow your team and start recruiting, maybe you've been in a little bit of a stalemate, or maybe a little stagnant, or maybe you haven't done it before. And maybe there's a little bit of a fear factor in there. So once you get the team growth and you're like, okay, I feel good about this. This is good. You need to learn how to engage with them a little bit better, or a little more, or just engage with them at all. Maybe that's something you've never recruited anyone before, and now you find yourself with a team member and you're like, all right, this is cool. What do I do? I'm excited, but I don't know what to do yet. That is okay. So on the 15th, our topic is engage with new recruits. So we'll talk through different things to do as you get to know your new team member and help them get off to a sensational start as they get started and trying to figure things out on their own too. So that would be a really great secondary follow-up to today's call. Go ahead and register for that one in the training events section of your workstation. That's available now to go register, and then you'll get a reminder from Zoom. Once you register, you'll get a reminder from Zoom the day before, the day of, and then the day after.
I know we're not supposed to be like doing a PowerPoint roast, but can we just take a moment? This is too much. This is too much text for a slide. Dear God, if y'all are making PowerPoint presentations for like school, work, trying to talk your parents into a vacation, oh my God. Also, why is I'm going to float for a second. Why is resources all the way down here? Huh? I'm not saying like you have to be in the middle, but like this is ridiculous. And if we're talking about Scentsy, what do all these icons have to do with Scentsy at all? Okay, shopping cart, a cell phone, an old school like video, whatever those are for the movie theater, and a thumbs down? A thumbs down? That's what you went for? A little bird? A printer? Who did this? Like, what are we doing, guys? I don't know. And do they even know? We don't know. I promise I won't do that much of a PowerPoint roast. I promise I won't. Look, we probably should have, instead of the Young Living purple, let's just go with the Scentsy purple, just in case if I just happen to have to do this again. There we go. Scentsy purple. I cannot. I mean, I'll probably do it again through, like, maybe at the end of the video, but what are we doing here? Who did this? I have a secret theory. Maybe there's a graphic designer that's secretly anti-MLM that is thwarting multi-level marketing from the inside, making PowerPoints and shitty marketing material and talking corporate level into using the materials and slowly eroding the credibility of the company until it like breaks down. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe that's the bomb that my soul needs. Because if that's not the case, why do I not have a job? Oh my God.
In case you missed it, it'll just have a little prompt to get you the replay. So if you can't make it, don't worry, but at least register, because then you do get those reminders from Zoom and you can add those to your calendar. Oh my Lord. Calendar. I was looking at Calendly down at the bottom. You can add it to your calendar. So you get those reminders. Just as a reminder, we have our Learn from a Leader training webinars. You're here. It's Tuesday, 10 a.m. Mountain, 9 a.m. Pacific. And then we also have our new consultant welcome and orientation. So this goes along really well with our topic today as you are growing your team. And for next week, for engaging with those new recruits, we have that touch point as well. So we want to make sure that they have that welcome, that orientation. We'll review some things as well from a home office perspective. And then you, of course, have your interactions that you'll do with them. as their sponsor. But just little reminders there, the first Thursday and third Thursday of every month, we do these new consultant welcomes, different times on there, just so they can join the one that best suits them. And then I've mentioned this a million times, this Family Consultants Facebook page. If you don't already have notifications turned on, I do recommend it. We have sales plan activities in there, lots of challenges, reminders, there's community. We also have some SFR teasers this week, so you don't want to miss out there. So definitely turn on your notifications in the SFC page.
If you don't know what SFR, it's the Scentsy family reunion. I wasn't in Scentsy. I don't know if I've just attached myself to the idea that Orville and Heidi, the people who are in charge of Scentsy, I can't separate the idea of Orville and popcorn. And every time I think of Orville, I think of popcorn now. I will be covering the world tour on the 31st. And I did buy myself and Savannah a popcorn hat to wear as I stream it. So that is the only attachment I've had, other than Orville and Heidi have the worst streaming instincts I've ever seen from somebody who has or had in the past $1 billion company. So that's the only, I'm very attached to covering Scentsy. I was never in Scentsy. I was in Mary Kay Cosmetics and Young Living Essential Oils. So that's my multi-level marketing dropout association with MLM. And popcorn is my only association with Scentsy. So there we go.
Spark sessions. Yes. Oh, we love these spark sessions where you're sparking ideas and sparking motivation and inspiration, things to try. You're learning from each other. These are topics.
We're live streaming this and members only. And Katina said, live in Scentsy Central, this is a cult. Oh my God, this is the best.
Specific group discussions that are focused on finding new customers, engaging with them, finding new team members, engaging with them, right? Just really talking about parties, hosts, club, recruiting, all the fun things. How do I stay active? How do I promote my team? How do I engage with them? How do I get them earning rewards? All these fun things. So when I said Calendly or Calendle earlier, here you go. There's the Calendly down at the bottom there. We do have some spots open for the first few weeks of April, and then we'll open up that next one real quick to fill up the rest of April. There we go. Okay, any other questions? Please don't hesitate to reach out. You can find us at training@scentsy.com. You can always message me directly. I'm Julie Timmig, and Janae Greenfield are also your other hosts on our Tuesday webinar. So you can just do the first letter and then the last name. So training@scentsy.com, but you can always do Swacker, J Timmig, or J Greenfield at scentsy.com, and you can reach any of us there. And then consult support, fabulous resource for you. Phone number, you can call them. Yeah.
Make the best decision that you can. You're the best person to make the final decision on your behavior because you're the one that has to live with the consequences. Okay? Okay.
You can call them. You can actually what? This is actually a phone? You can call. It's a telecommunication device. Yes, you can hear somebody's voice on the other end of the line. But if you don't want to do that, that's okay. You can send an email, support@scentsy.com. We also have live chat, support ticket, lots of ways to get you the help that you need. Okay, I think that's it. Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm going to stop my share there. I'm going to open up the video for Josh. I'll spotlight him. And then while he's rocking and rolling, doing his thing, Jelly Bean, then I will monitor the Q&A. So we do have time allocated at the end for any questions that you have for Josh. So my friend, take it away. The time is yours. We'll get you unmuted. I'm going to spotlight you. There we go. Okay, it's all yours, my friend.
Thank you so much. So super excited to be here today to talk to all of you guys about growing your team. So I'm going to introduce myself again. My name is Josh Webster, and I am the director of the Rock and Wax Stars team out of Cleveland, Tennessee. And I'm coming to you from my car on my lunch break at work. So for all of you new consultants, or those of you who think that you can't do this because you're so busy, listen, you can do this from anywhere at any time. So let's talk real quick. Well, actually, I'm going to give you my backstory. So I joined a little over 3 years ago, and I didn't know anything about Scentsy at first. So we had never used it until we found some at a local event in our hometown. So we bought the Dash-and Warmer and a 6-pack of wax. I got home, we fell in love with it. And then I told my husband, I'm thinking about joining to make a little extra money or at least get some kickback on what we're going to be buying, because at that time we had candles for days and we wanted a safer alternative to it. So this was it. So he was like, no, you don't do that. He didn't know anything about direct sales. Neither did I. This is my first gig. And then about 2 weeks later, I decided to go ahead and do it without telling him. So I clicked that join button. I figured, I just asked for forgiveness later. And then when he got home, I told him. He was like, how much did you just spend on that? And I told him $99. He's like, well, you have to make your money back. I said, okay, fine. I will make my money back. If it doesn't go any further than that, that's fine. So long story short, I definitely made my money back. Promoted to certified within my first week.
Certified is at a level. I will try to put all the levels on the screen here, or I will try to ruin Ava's life and have Ava put all the levels on the screen here. And if you've ever watched anti-MLM content, you may be surprised at how fancy some of, if not all of the levels in all of multi-level marketing sound. They may sound like corporate levels or royalty or something to that effect, or very expensive gemstones, but here they are. So he's going to continue to talk. And if you wonder why all the cuts are there, it's because I wanted to respect all of our time and take out the pauses and the filler words. And here you are. Here we are.
Consultant within my first month and then director within 8 months. And I started recruiting after my first week. So I knew nothing about growing a team. Absolutely nothing. And I'm not the type of person that I like to ask for answers. I'd rather find it myself. So when I first started, I literally got on YouTube and I was YouTubing how to sell Scentsy, how to grow a team, how to recruit, how to party, all the things. So I taught myself how to do it. And my first recruit was a reinstate.
Okay. Just pause with me for maybe more than half a second. Squirrel Trail. Josh Webster, a Senti director from Tennessee. He's introduced like royalty. We're told he's going to, teach us how to grow your team, not how to grow your customer base. And we've already heard him talk about recruiting, making up his $99, blah, 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 how to run a profitable business, how to recruit people. Yay. We love that. And this is where we really need to pause. We hear this literally all the time. We heard this on Saturday. I don't know if maybe y'all watched it, maybe you didn't. The Young Living New Year kickoff. Recruit. Not, here's how you sell the product. When is someone going to teach us how to sell? Oh, I don't know. I don't know when. Maybe hell will freeze over first. Because in MLM, team growth is code for bring more people into the system. The company profits whether you do or not. It's not about product, it's about people buying the product. Then getting other people to do the same.
Her started, and I started asking everybody else, and it just went off from there. So we're done with that. So why is it important to grow a team? Recruiting, and I have my notes here. So if you see me looking down, that's why. Because if I don't have notes, trust me, we won't get anything covered. Nothing. So recruiting and building a team is essential to growth as a consultant because, PRV can only get you so far, but growing the team is where it's at because that's where you're going to be paid for a lot longer because just realize it's only for 1 month. A team can pay you for life. So, and then
Did he just say the quiet part out loud? A team can pay you for life? Hello? What? There it is.
What a treasure trove. What a delight. Live chat said, so he's saying personal sales can only get you so far, also known as if it gets you somewhere. Also, you need more, aka getting a downline. Yep, he's honest. That's for sure.
it can change the entire trajectory. I can't say that word, so sorry. Chudger, you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, of your business and where you want to be. So you got to kind of balance that out. So when I'm looking to grow my team, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking at my customer base first. So my customer base, and I'm talking about my top customers. That's who I'm going after first. And when I say top customers, I'm talking about somebody who maybe has bought from me 3 or 4 times within the past year. Maybe they buy a lot at one time. Somebody who absolutely loves the product. That's who I'm talking to. So when I'm talking to them, I'm asking them, hey, I know you love the product. Why don't you do this with me? That way you can get kickback on your own purchases. Y'all, even if it's just for them to make money back on their own purchases, you need those type of consultants on your team. Not everybody's going to be a rock star. No, not everybody's going to join to grow and to have a huge business. You need all types on your team. So even if they only join to buy from themselves, that's perfect, because you know what? That can turn into a lot more. So top customers, that's who I'm going after. So a quick story. About 5 months after I joined, one of my customers, and we really didn't know each other. And actually she did this training not long ago on this call here. I don't remember what she talked about, but she did one too. So she wanted to join. She messaged me. She said, hey, I think I'm going to join just to make money back on my own purchases, because she was buying a pretty good bit from me at that point. And she joined with a $25 kit. And guess what? She didn't do anything. Nothing. After that, she didn't buy from herself. She didn't buy from me. Didn't really hear from her that much. I tried to reach out, to help her to see what she wanted to do. All the things. Nothing happened. And then about 6 months later, she came to me. She's like, Josh, I've been watching you. So I want to start doing this as a business. Now, mind you, she was already in another direct sales company at that point. And she was like, well, I think that this would be a better fit because we have a consumable product. What I do, you can only have so much of, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I'm like, okay, let's do it. Y'all, 3 years later, the lady who joined with $25 didn't do anything for 6 months is now a star director on my team. So you just never know. So again, when I say you need all types on your team and it can turn into so much more, it very much can. So reach out to the people who are your customers and get them on board. Now, whenever you're talking to them, how you can do this is, if you've had them as a customer for a while, you can always go back and add up all their orders, maybe give it a time frame. So maybe they've been your customer for a year. So you can add up all their orders for the past year. And if you go on your workstation and go to your customers, if you pull up that customer, it'll tell you their lifetime PRV on there. So you can just basically do the math from there. And you can let them know how much they would have made in commissions back if they would just sign up. Boom. Sometimes you have to show people in order for them to get it. You can't just be like, hey, join my team. You can make money back. You have to show them. I mean, for me, it's much better. If you tell me I'm going to make $400 back on my purchases over the past year, Josh about to sign up. And most people will, because it benefits them. You have to show them how it benefits them. So you can do that. You can say, hey, thank you for your orders. Do it when you're following up for sure. Thank you for your order. Did you know you could have made this much money back? Did you know we have a joint special this month? Do all the things.
Off said, but she was already a rep for another company, not someone new to MLM. So the possibility was already there. She already had the experience. And he's talking about going through every single customer and working up the commission they would have made had they been a rep. How does that go? Not shaming them. How does that conversation go? If you're wondering why I'm disjointed right now, it's because I was ranting on mute. I need to have a backup mic. That would be great. I just don't know how that conversation goes, where Josh calls up every single customer and says, "Hey, when you signed up and you refused to become a rep and you were too stupid to become a rep and save money or be able to get commission, you lost out on $400, $600, $800 in commission, or that money towards Scentsy product, and now I'm telling you all of this money you could have earned. So why don't you do that now and sign up as a rep?" Like, literally, Josh, how does that conversation go where you don't piss off that person? I know it probably doesn't go like that exactly, because you seem like a lot nicer person than I am. But how does that individual not take it like that? And how does that person not kind of feel weirded out that you went through all of their orders and then counted up their orders and then worked the commission out? It is really kind of, I would feel pretty exposed if someone went through all of my Amazon purchases for the year and then counted them up and then showed me somebody else did. Like an Amazon employee or Amazon accounting came to me and said, hey, by the way, if you had done this, you would have saved money. And you also spent all this money and you could have done this, but you were too stupid to save money this way. It kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
But show them how it benefits them. Now, my second type of person that I'm going after is my Scentsy Club customers. So yes, they're still a type of customer, but these people are already buying from you every 1, 2, or 3 months anyway. And y'all, I have been trying to build my Scentsy Club base up for a long time. And I will get them. I have no problem getting Scentsy Club customers, but I lose them just as fast because they join my team, and that's what you want. So Scentsy Club customers is basically the same thing. So you can tell them, hey, and we'll just say her name is Susie. Be like, hey, Susie, and my throat gets really dry. So I'll be right back. Be like, hey, Susie, you got this Scentsy Club going on. Why are you lining my pocket still whenever you could be making the money back off of it? Even if you do nothing else, sister, you can make the money back off of your own Scentsy Club. It's that simple, y'all. Tell them how much they would have made back off of each of their Scentsy Club orders. Boom. You could have a new teammate right there. And then when they sign up, just like with your customers, you can be like, hey, let's do you a launch party. I know you didn't want to sell it to anybody, but let me do some work for you. Let me help you out. Let me get you
Chelsea in the live chat said, why not use that time? And Chelsea's referring to the time that he's counting up all the commission each customer could have been making. Why not use that time to gain more customers? It's a great question. Josh, or someone on Josh's team, or somebody in Scentsy, we'd love for you to answer that question. Or maybe Heidi could, or maybe Orville could. Orville, why don't you pop some popcorn and take a sit down and answer that question for us? Maybe answer it on World Tour Day.
Few customers, maybe you can make a little extra money from this party. Who knows? At least if anything else, you can get some rewards. Then once you have their party, hey, they got a customer base. It might show them that they can actually do this. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So let's talk about social media. Social media is my jam. I have built my entire business on social media, and we'll talk about parties here in a minute, but social media, online parties, that is my thing. That's what I've been doing since the very beginning. I've had 3 home parties in my 3.5 years. Just 3. I've done like 2 bag parties. They were a flop. That don't mean I don't stop. I still do them, but I try to do them. Anyway, online is my jam. So what I'm looking for on social media, because I be scrolling social media. Sometimes I try to be as intentional as possible when I'm scrolling social media. Sometimes I get squirrely and I just start going. But I'm looking for people on social media who maybe have said, I'm looking for a second job. I need to find a daycare for my kids, part-time job, whatever the case may be, or maybe they got laid off. You never know. So that's the type of people I'm looking for. And do I just jump right into their inbox and say, hey, you need to do this with me because I know you just lost your job, or I know you're looking for a second job? No, because that's kind of icky. But maybe you've already built a relationship with these people, because we're in a relationship building business, y'all. So you need to be building relationships. So
no, you do not. No. Nope. If you think that people in multi-level marketing are building a relationship with you, that they give a flippity flop about you, I beg to differ. They're playing the long game because you have a pulse and a credit card. And if you're offended about that, I was in 2 MLMs. It was done to me, and I was taught to do it to other people. And I have major regrets about that. And you're allowed to feel any kind of way about that. It's a slimy feeling being out of MLM, realizing that it was done to me. And it's an even slimier feeling knowing that I was taught to do it and that I chose to do it to other people. It's awful. It's awful.
Try to build a relationship with them first. If you already have that relationship, then by all means, jump in and say, hey, I saw you was looking for a part-time job. I got it right here. Let's try it out. You have nothing to lose. So social media is where I find
You do have something to lose. 99% of people lose money, don't make any money, or go into debt in multi-level marketing. You may say, oh my God, that's not true. Go to Google, type in John space M dot space Taylor, press enter. You're going to come up with a MLM study that was done. Go have a gander and read that. Don't trust me, go do some research with a primary source. And go do a profit and loss statement. Here's the thing. It's either going to help you or it's going to shut me up. It's not about me being right. You win either way. Either you get to say, oh my God, DC was so wrong, or you get to know that you are bleeding cash. And you get to say, oh my God, something is amok. And I get to stop something that's harming my family financially. And just because you're closing your eyes isn't going to stop you from bleeding cash. Just because you're supporting your upline, because you have a close relationship that was cultivated by somebody that you thought cared about you, doesn't mean that your family is not being harmed financially by your upline and their upline and their upline. The compensation model in multi-level marketing is broken. And I say it's broken because of the way the cash flows and because of these relationships that are built with this like long-term focus to keep you in because of commission and inventory loading that's taught. Because customer sales don't matter, recruiting matters, and independent contractor purchases matter. There's no way to track customer sales. Your purchases shouldn't be able to count towards volume to rank up. Your upline shouldn't be able to go to your entire team and say, we're this close to being able to rank up towards whatever rank. Let's do a push. And everyone spends $100 or whatever, and y'all get $50,000 towards like ranking up your upline. That's y'all should have to sell the product to customers, and the sales to customers should be the only thing that ranks up someone in a company. That's it.
a lot of people to join my team. Not only am I looking for them as I'm going through there, but at the same time, I'm building a space on my social media that is very uplifting. I post a lot of motivational stuff. I post a lot of humorous stuff because I'm trying to draw in the type of people that I want on my team. Oh. And that is working for me. I've not done that the entire time, but I've really started that in the past 6 months to a year to do because that's exactly my personality. I'm very positive. Rarely ever will you see me get negative about anything. I always try to see the bright side of stuff, and I'm sarcastic and I'm funny. Anything funny, I'm getting ready to say it. So that's the type of people that I'm trying to draw in, and it's working because I'm posting these funny memes, funny sayings, inspirational quotes. And I have people who have recently, I had one join yesterday actually, who said, I love your vibe. You're so inspirational and positive and funny. I want to be on your team. She joined yesterday. So you have to do the work to draw them in as well. But social media is perfect. You can go on your stories and talk about what this business is doing for you. And when I say what it's doing for you, show your life. Show you being able to take your kids on to get ice cream, or take your husband or wife on a date night, or go to the movies and talk about, I wasn't ever able to do this before. That's FTC. The things that's going to get people to come to you, because not everybody is going to join to make millions of dollars. Some people only need $100 to $500 extra a month because that's life-changing for them. Those are the people you need to look for, because, again, you never know what this business can do for somebody and how it's going to help them, or what it even may turn into for them. Because if they're just looking for $100 a month, that was me. I was looking for an extra $100 to $500 a month. And we're going to leave it at that because I have to insert income disclosures and all that stuff. Anyway, you never know. So social media, let's see, blah, 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 blah. Oh, also, too, on social media, if you go into your messenger at the top where your little bubble, your little face is, and it has the notes section, I have had countless, probably well, not countless, but 5 to 7 people join my team from that little note. And it's as simple as I will put the joint opportunity or the joint special in there, or we'll talk about this a little bit too, but the host kit. Anyway, it's amazing what one little simple thing can do to help you grow your team. Okay, so again, we're in a relationship building business. So my tip to you is to create as many relationships as you possibly can with as many people, either in person, online. Again, my thing is online, because if you would have met me 3.5 years ago, you'd have been like, who is this person? I don't even know who that person was back then, because I was so shy, and I still kind of am. I was so shy that I would have laughed in your face if you told me that I would have been on stage talking in front of thousands of people, or on this call talking to you guys, or out doing events and people stopping by a booth and me talking to them, or just talking to some rando person in public. It was not me, but here I am. I was social anxiety for real. So this business can change everybody's life in so many ways. So anyway, let's see. Okay, I lost my spot. But anyway, so as you're building those relationships and you come across somebody who you think this business can help, that's when you start asking them, because you have to ask. Most people are not going to come to you. There's going to be some that will. Most people are not going to come to you and say, Josh, I want to join your team. Again, some will, but it's not likely as much. So you have to ask, because a lot of people are waiting on you to ask. They're not comfortable coming to you because they're scared. I was scared. You were probably scared because you didn't know what you were doing. It's the fear of the unknown, and this is the unknown, especially for people who's not been in direct sales before. It's unknown and it's scary. But they're waiting on you to approach them, because they've probably been watching you and they're thinking, I really want to do that. I really want to give it a try. I think that Josh can help me. I really want to do it, but they're not going to ask. They're just waiting on you. So make sure that you ask, because trust me, and I've used this several times at World Tour, at SFR, when I've been on stage talking about recruiting, or what did I talk about last time? I think I talked about growing your team, or what you do after you recruit somebody. Anyway, if you don't ask people to join your team, Josh will. Other people will. Other consultants are going to ask them, and you can lose out. Trust me, it has happened to me recently, because it was somebody that I thought that wasn't going to join or had absolutely no interest in joining. And you know what? They joined. They're still on my team, but they joined somebody underneath me because they had the guts to ask them, and I didn't, because I prejudged somebody and I thought that they wasn't going to join, or they had no.
So you just missed out on that initial commission of signing somebody up, but you got the volume. Okay, big whoop-de-doo. So in Young Living, and again, Young Living and Scentsy are wildly different. The recruiting is different. The compensation plan is different. We get it. He still gets the volume.
Interest at all. So again, don't prejudge anybody, because you never know who needs this. Successful people need this business. So we're talking doctors, lawyers, people who have multi-million-dollar businesses. You never know. So make you a list of people who are A-listers. Write them down that you think would be great at this. Reach out to them. Trust me, reach out to them, because you never know. And those type of people that you think will never do anything or wouldn't ever be interested are going to be the rock stars on your team. Okay, so let me get back. Also, too, when you're...
It's so interesting. I'm sure the messaging changes when he's talking person to person, but in his mind, there's actually a hierarchy of people. A-listers, B-listers, C-listers. Do you know what I mean? Oh, everybody's the same when it's one-on-one and when people can't hear each other. But in his mind, there's people who are better than each other. It's gross. Chelsea said in the live chat, in the members-only stream we're recording, in my opinion, using relationship building for monetary gain feels gross. Whatever happened to building relationships for the sake of human connection only? I don't know. I have no idea.
You're trying to grow your team, and this is going to be a game changer for a lot of you. It was a huge game changer for me, and you've probably heard it before, and you're probably like, oh my gosh, really? Another one who's saying this? But growing your team is not for you. Growing your team, if you're in it just for you, and I'm not going to say that you won't be successful, because I was at first until I reached director. it was all about me. It was all about me promoting. It was all about my paychecks. It was about me. I was selfish with it. And that's okay. If that's you, that's okay too. But there comes a time and a place that you have to realize that growing your team and offering the opportunity is not about you. It's not about how it benefits you. It's about that person that you're offering the opportunity to. It's about how this business can change their life, how this business can help their circumstances they're in. Once you change your mentality to not about you anymore, but about them, it's going to be a huge game changer, because it changes something in your brain and how you operate and how you deal with your people and train your people. Just trust me, it's like no other. It's like whenever I'm not a parent, so I have fur babies. We have a lot of them, but I don't have human kids. So my downline have become like my human kids. So when I see them doing great and I see them promoting and I see
They're your human kids that you make a commission off of every month, and then you tell them, hey, I'm trying to maintain rank, so if anybody can make a purchase so that we can keep or maintain our volume, can you please go ahead and buy? Those are what you would tell your kids to do, Josh? Really?
them hitting all their goals, and they come to me and say, Josh, guess what I was able to do? I was able to pay my car payment this month, or my mortgage payment. Or
We do know if you, he is doing this from a vehicle because he is on his lunch break from his job because his Scentsy business cannot support his lifestyle yet.
or take the kids out, whatever the case may be. There's no better feeling. So that's why I say change your mentality to it's about them and not about you. It's a game changer, and it just makes you want to do it even more. Okay, so back to this. So I told you how to talk to, well, this is how I do it. There's many ways about to talk to your customers and your Scentsy Club and about social media. So let me give you another quick story. There's a lady on my team, and this is how I lead into parties. So her name is Vicky, and Vicky's okay with me using her name because I've used her many times. Vicky was in one of my Facebook parties online. Vicky never bought anything from the party. She never did anything in the party. She didn't interact, comment on it. She didn't do nothing. But I add everybody in my parties as a friend on Facebook because those are future connections. So she accepted my friend request. She lives in Florida. I'm in Tennessee. Never talked to Vicky before. Vicky had posted on Facebook about needing a nanny job because that's her profession. She's a nanny. She needed a new family to be a nanny for. And I messaged Vicky. It was kind of icky because I had not built a relationship with her, but she had been watching me apparently. So I messaged Vicky and I said, hey, have you ever thought about doing what I do? I saw where you needed some extra income. You needed another nanny job. She's like, actually, I have been watching you, and yes, I have thought about it. So I gave her a few details. I asked her what her questions were because I didn't want to word vomit on her and scare her away, because trust me, that does happen. Please, whenever you have somebody who's interested, don't word vomit with them. Don't give them all the details. You're going to make 20% back. If you sell $250 a month, you're going to get 25%. Don't do that. It's going to scare them away. So she said, give me a few days to think about it. So I reached back out to Vicky in 1 week and I said, hey, what do you think about joining me now? I think it's time. She did it. And she has a team. She's a star consultant now. Yes. Anyway, doing great things. So that's just an example of how I used social media to grow my team. Now, let's see. Okay, let's talk about parties and growing your team with parties. So remember, I told you that I have grown my business primarily on Facebook, and I'm going to say 95% in social media. So online parties, my jam. Have had many hosts join because for those of you, especially new consultants.
Can I ask a question that I hope doesn't sound judgy? How are you reaching out to vulnerable people who don't have a job that they're looking for, i.e. somebody who's looking to get a full-time nannying position, and you have not switched over from your full-time job because we know that you're on your lunch break right now and that you do Scentsy, and you reached out to this lady knowing that she needs work, and you swooped in her vulnerable position and said, have you ever thought about doing what I do? And she said, oh yeah, let me think about it, but I have thought about doing what you do. And she signed up, and now she's a star director or whatever. But You don't even make all your money off of Scentsy. I'm confused. Is that confusing to you? Maybe it shouldn't be confusing, but I'm definitely confused.
That may not know it yet. Anytime anybody has a party for you, as long as they have a qualifying party, which is $250 or more in rewards now, you can flip that party over to them. I'm not talking about your personal party links. I'm talking about if they host a party for you. So you can give them a discounted kit, the host exclusive kit, for it's $200, so $25. I don't know the new price with the way the parties went up. So anyway, it's discounted anywhere from $59 to $0. So if they have a $600 party now, they can sign up for free. They still have some rewards left to use, and you can flip the PRV that they got from their party over to them. Hosts are the best and easiest way to grow your team because they've already seen, well, most likely they're using the products already. They're helping you tell their friends about and learn about the products already. You have most likely already coached them, so they know how it works as long as you're doing good host coaching. And they're already starting off with PRV. Boom. Best way to start somebody out is by doing a party. And I always offer that. And if they don't sign up from a party, I always do them a launch party to help them out. So hosts are the best way to grow your team. And did you know that even if the host says no, you can still offer the $59 kit to anybody? What? Yes, you can. You can offer it to anybody in the group. Or if you have a friend who was wanting to sign up for a discounted kit, if you didn't have one available, you can offer it to them. So host exclusive kits are the best way. And a lot of the ways that I've done it as well is anytime that I have a party link open for me, I will use my rewards and offer a $0 out-of-pocket kit to somebody to sign up. And you cannot say free. Keep it in compliance. You cannot post about it saying you have a free kit. You have to do it one-on-one. Keep it in compliance. Trust me, I know. We've done this. Been there, done that. So maybe somebody who is having hard.
From what I understand, and I could be wrong about this, there's a limit on what you can offer for free here in the US because it comes across as you cannot bribe people to sign up for something. And again, I could be wrong. In Young Living, there was a limit. It was like $25 limit on the gift that you could offer to get people to sign up for the Young Living diffuser kit. So the gift had to be under $25. But I don't remember.
Times can't pay the $99 or even the $59. You have that option. They have the option to do a party. Maybe they didn't get enough orders to get the free kit or the $0 out-of-pocket kit from their party. If you have one open, you can offer it to them and still do the same thing. So hosts, big. That's the perfect way to grow your team. We are a party plan company. So use your parties. That's how you're growing your business should be anyway. Get them to sign up and don't be afraid to flip that PRV over to them from their party, not yours, from their party to help them get started. Don't be stingy because remember, a new recruit growing your team is going to pay you for a lot longer than that one little month of PRV is going to pay you. So keep that in mind. Now, think that recruiting, this may push a lot of y'all's buttons, or you can be like, no, Josh, you're crazy. I think recruiting is one of the easiest parts of this business. I think it's super easy because all you have to do is ask. Literally, you have to ask. And guess what? There's only a couple things that's going to happen when you ask. If you're asking in person, they have to give you an answer. Either it's going to be yes or no, or they'll give you some kind of excuse that you can probably bust. If you're doing it online, 3 things: yes, no, or they ignore you. Just ask yourself, did you die if they ignored you or told you no? Absolutely not. You're perfectly fine. Everything's fine. Perfectly fine. So, when you get told...
Have you ever heard of a gray area, Josh? There's more to life than like living and dying. You can burn relationships down. You can burn bridges between friendships. Josh, have I lost the plot? I know you can burn friendships down because I burned friendships down in Mary Kay. It's not just about self in trying to recruit or even trying to sell in your multi-level marketing company. As someone who loves or wishes things were black and white, I at least understand that maintaining friendships doesn't fall on the extremes all the time. It lays somewhere in the vibrations between the extremes. That's the best way I can explain it.
No. Does that mean no forever? Not necessarily, because I've had people who have told me no many times because I have asked many times. Don't just be a one and done and just ask once. Ask often. And guess what? I had one, actually, yes, I have a story about this too. I have one that I met at a vendor event. She was set up right beside me. She was doing another direct sales company, and she's done several direct sales company between that one and now. And I have asked her for over a year. And if she's on here, she knows who I'm talking about. And she just joined last year, the end of last year, actually. She just joined, and she's doing phenomenal because it wasn't the right time for her when I first started asking. She had to be in the right place, the right mindset, and she was ready. So yes, continue to ask. Now, let's see. So I'm almost...
Just continue to ask. No doesn't mean no. It just means not right now. Ew. 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 Wendy said it may be proportional to the amount spent, like $25 Hot Topic cash when you spend so much money. Okay.
Done. So I'm going to leave y'all with a challenge. I always like to give challenges. So make a list, a game list of at least 25 people that you know that may be good at this business. Could be your best customers, Scentsy Club people that you know on the Facebook. Maybe it's your doctor or the lady at the drive-thru window at the Starbucks. You go to Target, maybe it's the cashier at the Target or the person who cleans the bathrooms. You never know. It could be anybody. Make you a list of 25 people that you not necessarily have talked to before. We want it to be new people. Follow up with all the other ones, but be new people because you're trying to get your team to grow. And I want you to reach out to them, and I want you to build a relationship first if you haven't already. And then I want you to ask them, hey, have you ever thought about doing what I do? And if you know they have any kind of circumstance going on right now, tailor it to them and see what they say.
If you know they have any kind of circumstance going on right now, tailor it to them. Josh, that's what Kenley and Amari did to me. That video I posted on Friday, and it pissed me off. It made me so angry that she offered to send me happy juice because of my endo, and it pissed me off. By pissed me off, like my regulatory choice was crying on the internet.
Guess what? Remember, yes, ignore, no, or an excuse that you can probably bust, but you're not going to die. But if you don't do it, your team's not going to grow, you're not going to grow, and somebody else is going to grow because somebody else is going to ask them eventually. So make sure that you do that. Yeah. So, Sarah, I'm done.
Oh my heck, I just wrote that down.
Before Sarah jumps back in, let me just recap a little bit. He's targeting customer service people because those are the people that are like the people who need the less kind of training in multi-level marketing companies. They're already good at talking to people. They already have that taking care of individuals kind of mindset. They don't have to be trained on being nice to people. They already have an outward focused perspective. Like they already have a lot of the things you need to be decent at sales, like a foundation for sales, like nurses, teachers. They already have a lot of the things. These videos are boot camps, they're training sessions, and he almost didn't agree to do the boot camp again. He kind of felt burnt out, overwhelmed, too busy. Obviously, he's in his car on his lunch break. What did we learn? MLM is super twisty. His trainings are super twisty. What does the MLM training system say? Obviously, he is go, 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 but what does the Senti system say? Don't slow down. Don't question it. Just get back to work. Again, classic MLM conditioning. If you feel exhausted, it's not the model. It's just that you're not working hard enough. And that's not just how they trap the top leaders. That's how they trap you, guilt disguised as motivation.
Yes, no, excuse I can probably bust or ignore, but you're not going to die. Love it. Honestly, I think that gets to the heart of it. Like, we're so afraid of what people are going to say, but maybe they're afraid of failing too. So we're just kind of in this stalemate of like, oh, do I ask? Do I not? Are they going to be good? Are they, I don't know. Like, all we have to do is ask. And I love your idea about the parties too, where like either way, if you have a great party host, either way, that answer could be no or yes. Either way, you're going to end up with a rockin' party. You're going to have new customers that you didn't have before. And maybe as an alternative, you get a team member. You never know. So these parties are a great resource for you. Oh my gosh, Josh, this is fantastic. I do have a couple questions for you as they were coming in. Moira said, how do you get someone who signed up a few months back to start up again? And you mentioned that some maybe had started with you, but maybe it took a little bit before they got off to the races. Do you give up on them? How are you pushing? Those kinds of things. What's kind of been your go-to solution for that?
Okay, so that's a touchy subject because a lot of times, and I'm not going to say every time, but if they haven't started up when they first started, they're not going to restart. But you can always continuously follow up with them because you want to keep in touch and you want to see what you can do to help. You can always offer to do a relaunch party for them. That's going to tell you whether they're in it to win it or not, because if they don't really show up for the party, then you don't really want to waste your time. Okay. But there's an option there. Just do a relaunch party for them.
Yeah, and that's a great idea. Like, just see if they're interested in the relaunch. Worst case, you're still my customer. Let me take really good care of you as a customer. You were my customer before. Let's do it again. If this just wasn't the right time or thing for you right now, no problem. It's totally fine. I know you still need your Scentsy fix, right?
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. Dennis said, I am also very shy. That's why I struggle with recruiting and talking to people. So how did you break through that barrier being a shy guy? And now you're talking to all the people.
So remember, I said that most of my business is completely online. So at first I was great at hiding behind a phone screen.
Okay.
There's a big difference in texting or typing to somebody than to talking to them face to face. And that was me at first. I hid behind my phone screen and it worked.
Yeah.
But you have to push yourself to get outside of your comfort zone. Otherwise, you're not going to grow personally, and most likely your business won't either.
Okay. What do you suggest, like baby steps?
Baby steps for what?
Yeah, like if you're out and about in the public and you are face to face with somebody and not behind a screen, how do you like just talk to people?
Oh gosh. See, it's still kind of hard for me to do, but you just have to do it. Say hi first.
Just say hi.
Or compliment them on something. So if it's somebody, I love your shirt, or your kid is super cute. If you don't like kids.
Huh? You're in to try to recruit them into multi-level marketing is to comment on their child by telling them that their child is cute? No. 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 No, no, no. No, 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 no. Josh, stop it.
Kids don't be fake about it, but.
I love it. Peggy said, do you use Scentsy Connect or the Boards app? Like when you're reaching out to people, what has been really effective for you to follow back up with people that may have been interested?
Oh, so I have my list of people who have been interested, and that's how I do it.
Okay.
So, but yes, I do use the Scentsy Connect app. And a lot of times now that we have that, it's so much easier because it's tracked all for you right there. And it's a lot easier to do the follow-ups. And then you can look at everything there to see what their PRV has, their lifetime PRV and stuff like that. So you can offer it to them through that. So it is a lot easier for me with that app. So yes, I do use that sometimes to offer the opportunity as well.
Sure. Yeah. So if you're looking at them as like a PRV threshold saying, holy Moses, you bought X amount from me over the last 6 months. This is what you could have earned on that. Like, what are we doing here?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Melissa said, I met my best friend, tell me for 3 years, and she signed up finally. And she's been killing it. Yeah. You just know when it's going to be right? Let's see. Rebecca said, if someone under me has decided to stay a customer, is it okay for them to order from me even if they have an account still open? So, Rebecca, I would say if they're no longer a customer or a consultant, they can always place orders with you. But if...
What do you mean? Why wouldn't you take someone's money if they want to order from you? What is happening?
They're still under your team and they still have a consultant account. They need to buy from themselves. Otherwise, it gets into some dicey territory with incentives or what could be considered bonus buying because they're buying from you when they have their own account. So just have a chat with them. See, hey, if you're not into this, that's great. We can keep you as a customer. But yeah, if their account's open, they should probably order under their own. Okay, I think we got them all. Guys, if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. As a reminder, we have been recording. So if you want to watch again, or you have team members who are like, I need them to hear this message today, just let us know and we will get you that replay. Josh, thank you so very much for being here. Thanks for giving up your lunchtime for us. You are so appreciated. And this has just been really fun today. So thanks for hanging out with us today.
Well, thanks for having me.
Of course, you're always welcome. All right, my friends, I will turn you loose. I have boot campers coming in a few minutes, and you have things to do and people to talk about to join your team. So I will turn you loose. Remember Josh's challenge, and good luck to you. I know you can do this. You can do this. Remember, we're not going to die. It's a yes. It's a no. They're going to ignore you, or they'll give you an excuse that you can bust. But let's see what we can do, and we'll check in with you next Tuesday. All right, guys, take care. Have fun today.
What? Compliment someone's kid so that you can get an in to start a relationship with them, to recruit them potentially into your Scentsy multi-level marketing company? Josh? But be genuine about it. Okay. All right, bud. We hate it. We hate it. We hate it. Yeah. If you've ever been pulled into this kind of training, you're not alone. You're not lazy. You're not a bad business owner. You were handed a system designed to make you feel like a failure so you wouldn't question it. And again, I don't like MLM. 99% of people don't make any money, lose money, or go into debt in multi-level marketing. And if this is the first time you've heard that, welcome to Anti-MLM. I was surprised when I first ran into Anti-MLM on the internet. I was surprised when I first heard that MLMs were high control groups. You may also run into Anti-MLM saying that MLMs are cults, and cults and high control groups are interchangeable, in my opinion. Take a look and read into it for yourself. It's a lot. It's a lot of information to kind of process through. It's a little bit like drinking from a fire hydrant. But the things that you hear on these training calls are designed to keep you plugged in, keep you running without really letting you slow down and process through, and keep you plugged into the kind of the toxic positivity of you better be working without taking a break and don't really question anything. I hope you like this video. I'm here to question all the things pretty loudly every week. And if you found this helpful, hit a like, leave a comment. And if this information sounds familiar or is starting to sound familiar, if you're in an MLM, have left an MLM, or are thinking about leaving an MLM, share it with someone who may be stuck in the system right now. And I know if you're in Scentsy and you're in love with the Scentsy Disney stuff, Disney might be cute on a warmer, but there's nothing magical about MLMs or Scentsy. So see you in the next video or live stream. And remember that we don't drink the Kool-Aid, we analyze the ingredients. So we'll see you next time. Toodles!